Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at the Kakusei Keibou Pato Megafo from Lupinranger vs. Patranger. This is basically the little side weapon for the Patrangers. It is a megaphone that has like a baton that pops out of the top. Reminds me very much of the Gashikon Breaker from X-Aid. That was like kind of a big hammer with a sword that popped out the top. Now this is not marked as a DX item, but it does have some sounds. So unlike the Lupin sword, which had no lights or sounds whatsoever, this thing does at least have some sound effects that we'll take a look at. So here's the front of the packaging. Very cool. Have the Patrangers featured prominently here. I like the coloring, like the blue. Very bright and fun. Picture of Pato and Ichigo there. Spin around. Another picture of him there. Boring on the bottom. Not very exciting. Taking a look over here. I like that group shot. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. And then taking a look on the back here, shows megaphone mode, and then it shows how to extend the baton. And then it boasts that it is 310 millimeters, which I don't think is very tall, but we'll wait and see. So that does it for the packaging. I'll go ahead and get it out, and we'll take a closer look. So, the Pato Megafo in all of its glory. It's actually not bad. It's kind of tiny. You know, my hand fits fairly large around it. It's, you know, made for a small child's hand, but I like the paint. I like the detailing. The color scheme's a lot of fun. I like this orange stripe that goes all the way around. You have the Sentai badge symbol here, a little bit of orange. I don't know why there's so much red on the back here. That's kind of weird in my opinion. I might have just kept it with the orange. You kind of have the orange going all the way through, but whatever. This was the little like plastic pin, the flat pin that you pull out because the two LR44 watch batteries come pre-included, pre-installed, I guess, however you want to say it. But yeah, you just pull that out and you're ready to go. There is no on or off switch. There is a tiny little reset button. I don't know why you would need to reset it. Maybe when you put new batteries in. I'm not really sure. You can see the Sentai badge is molded in on this side too. Over here it's just painted, but here it's actually molded in. You heard my finger just kind of hit that. This is just kind of a generic like slash sound. All you do is pull this out. It's not spring loaded or anything. You just pull that out. It's telescoping. So you have your baton. You hit people with it. That's it for the baton. It's really nothing too special. And it's really not even that long. It says it's over 300 millimeters, but metric means nothing to me, so I have no idea. I would say that's about 3 to 4 inches tops. But I mean, it's not terrible, you know, for a small children's toy. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense if it was like this long. I mean, I'm even off camera, you can't even see. I mean, sure, it would be great if it was longer, but I feel like for as big as the whole thing is, the length makes sense. But closing that up, so here is the kind of default sound effect. And that's just like a generic slashing sound. Now if you hold the button down, so if you hold it down, it has that phrase about Keisatsu Sentai Patranger. And then if you hit the button again, you just go back to the generic slash sound. But there's actually 4 different phrases or sounds you can get by holding this down. And it cycles through. So every time I'm going to hold it down, let it play the phrase, and then hit the trigger again. So you can see it just kind of repeats that phrase. And it'll just keep doing that. So you can really drive someone crazy with that. I like this music. So that time it won't keep doing. On the last one, I think it's like a final attack kind of sound. So on the last one, it will then eventually just default back to the slash sound. It won't keep doing that phrase over and over again. But I mean, honestly, for what this is, I think that's a pretty decent amount of sounds. You have 4 different like settings to, if you, when you hold the button, you change between the 4. You get a new phrase with each setting. You get that kind of final attack sound with the last setting. Plus, once you put it on a setting and you get the different like normal sound, it'll stay on that normal sound until you hold it down again. Now, I would assume again, if you wanted to reset it, that would take it back, you know, to the beginning of the sounds. But you can just cycle through them just as fast, in my opinion. But I think this is okay. I really don't think it's that. Let's put it this way: after the Lupin sword, this thing is fantastic. I mean, this thing has so much more playability than the Lupin sword. I mean, it's a fun little megaphone toy. You know, if a kid wants to pretend to be a cop and he wants a little megaphone, it says the name of the Sentai. It has some siren sounds. You know, it has like 1 or 2 phrases of the cops like shouting something at somebody through the megaphone. It has this little baton. I mean, again, this is not fantastic, but it's another little feature added to the toy. It gives a little bit more playability. You know, it's not meant to knock your socks off, but I think that's pretty cool. I appreciate the extra little bit of playability. Oh, what have I done? So I think this is fairly decent. Honestly, I do. Let's put it this way: if you were thinking about buying either this or the Lupin sword, I would say this hands down all day, not even a choice. And like I said, it's a dinky little weapon toy. I get that, but there's some fun to be had with these sounds. I really do think there is. I don't need lights. I don't miss lights from it at all. I really don't think it needs lights. The sounds are plenty. You get a decent amount of sounds. I like the overall design. I like the color scheme. The paint apps detailing is kind of nice. You get some molded in detail here on the back. Plenty loud. You know, you have 2 modes with the megaphone and the baton mode. So yeah, I think it's good for what it is. It's a little $20 toy. A kid would have a blast with this, just running around, you know, making the megaphone shout things and hitting people with the baton. I mean, no, the directions say specifically don't hit other people, only monsters. So yeah, I think this is decent. I think this is a decent toy for what it is. If you can find it on sale, I think it's definitely worth picking up. Especially if you have a little kid who's going to have a fun time just goofing around with this. Now, for a serious collector, you could probably skip this. It is just a little goofy roleplay toy. It doesn't come with any mecha or to get other sounds out of the VS changer or anything like that. It's a completely standalone little roleplay toy. But I think it's cute. I think it's charming. For what it is, I think there's fun to be had with this. Way better than the Lupin sword. The Lupin sword, if they just put a couple sounds in it like this, it would have been fine. Just a couple little sounds. Say Kaito Sentai Lupinranger, you know, have 1 or 2 phrases or sound effects from the show, maybe steal them out of the VS changer, whatever. Lupin sword could have been much better. This, I think, succeeds where the Lupin sword failed. And there's definitely some fun to be had with this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at the, I'm going to get this wrong, Kakusei, Keibou, Pato Megaphone. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.